The Bonnet Crew.
Does that man actually hate you, or are you just trying to convince yourself that because you're anxiously avoidant and you're trying to find any and every reason for him not to be the right one when in reality he's not even that bad?
Who said that?
Is it that men ain't shit, or you just don't give a man the time of day unless he's a 6 foot tall gun-toting drug dealer with tattoos who don't bring nothing to the table besides dick and a phone full of bitches? Child, who is saying these things?
Are you really single by choice, or is it the fact that your nasty attitude and horrible personality done ran everybody off, and now that you're older in life, you're stuck in your ways and nobody wants to deal with you anymore? Now, who said that?
Does that girl really want to be a family with you, or she just needs somebody to take care of her kids because none of her baby daddies will? Who said that?
Yo, that Undertaker dong is killing me. Let's get into this trend, bro. What's going on, YouTube? Is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So there is a viral trend going on TikTok that I gotta admit, this shit is hilarious. And everybody seems to be joining in. Even some of your favorite YouTubers, some that even watch me are chiming in on it, man. And I think they just having fun with it, but they also speaking some truth at the same time. So I thought this would be a fun video to get a good laugh and just switch it up. You know, it ain't always gotta be so serious, so to speak, but anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Do you really like spoiling her, or do you just know that if you don't spend money on her, she's not gonna fuck with you? Who said that?
You can't post that you're a good mom every day, but be at the club every weekend with your friends doing drugs and everybody knows you're never with your kids. Who said that?
Is he a bad guy, or does he actually have healthy boundaries of what a relationship should be, and you have toxic expectations because you've been love bombed so many times?
Oh? Who said that? Who said that?
Do you really want a good man, or you just tired of Pookie not leveling up and giving you that soft girl life that you've been wanting for years and years and years? And now you're older and you've hit the wall, and now you can't find a man who's going to be willing to take care of you. So now it sounds good that you want a good man, but you're really not attracted to that good man. You just want him to pay your bills, take care of you and your kids, pay for the trips, pay for everything so you can continue your soft girl life and dip it and do it with Pookie on the side. But you really don't want him. You just want a good man because it sounds good, and you want to trick him into thinking that he's doing a good thing for a good woman who really don't really want him, but he got all the resources that you need that Pookie couldn't give you. Who said that?
Yo, shout out to Dee Reacts. She might have had the longest ones out of all the ones that I came across during this trend, but also the most accurate one. Let's keep it moving.
You come to me for advice, and whenever I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, you go and do the complete opposite! Who said that?
Are you really waiting for the right person, or are you waiting for the wrong person to change? Yo, did you guys hear that? What the hell?
Did he really move on to a girl who's weaker? Or are you just a pit bull in disguise? You're mean, argumentative, you yell, you scream, you call him the F-bomb, you tell him to go hang out with his bitch-ass homeboys. The girl that he's with is nicer than you, talks to him, asks him how his day was, massages him, cooks for him. Anytime he asks you to cook for him, you say you're a slave and to ask somebody else to do it. Who said that? Oh my God.
Is that really your girl best friend? Or is she just friends with you because you give her boyfriend treatment with no boyfriend benefits?
Man, blood clot, don't say that.
She fucked 30 dudes in her first year of college and then blamed it on her traumatic childhood.
Do you really miss him, or you just feel some type of way because he actually moved on and found somebody else instead of going back and forth and being toxic with you? Where it came from? Who said it? Where?
You bitches want a nigga that's a trick but don't want to be considered a hoe. Bitch, you a fucking hoe. A trick needs a hoe and a hoe needs a trick.
It's actually not that hard to find a good man with a good heart and good intentions and will treat you right. You just want to settle for the bare minimum because they're giving you attention. What was that?
Is he really a narcissist, or did you create a false narrative in your head, and then when he didn't live up to that expectation, instead of taking accountability and loving him for who he is, you actually demonize his character to everybody around so you don't look stupid?
Oh my God, who said that? Who was that?
They say they want a masculine man that's going to take the lead, but as soon as the man try to take the lead and show his masculinity, they say that he's controlling, narcissistic, or said that he has toxic traits. When in reality, it's just unsolved daddy issues because daddy was never around and they were raised by single moms, so they never seen what it looks like to respect the man and actually have a man take the lead. So they just call it controlling, or the new generation sassy. Wait, who said that?
Is it that red pill content is dangerous to women, or is it that you hoping that the men that you were taking advantage of don't get a hold onto it and finally realize that they were being taken advantage of and they were constantly doing something for a woman that had no intentions on reciprocating any kind of energy? Is it really that you hoping that they don't have the self-respect to use their discernment to vet you properly and see if you like them for them and not for what you can benefit off of them? Bro, who the fuck said that, yo?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. But these women don't want to admit it. That was probably by far one of the best ones that I came across, because this trend is getting crazy. It seems like every time I pop up on TikTok now, this is all you seeing. Like, it's funny how these trends reveal a lot of truth when it comes to the dating market. Let's keep it moving.
Listen to some men go on and on about how nobody cares about men's mental health. No one cares, no one cares, no one cares, not even during Men's Mental Health Month. We've been hearing it since June 1st. And within 17 days of the start of Men's Mental Health Month, we are now getting the opportunity to witness some of those exact same men get on this exact same app and make fun of, criticize, and even just downright blatantly ridicule a man for climbing to the top of a bridge and jumping off on Father's Day. This man climbed to the top of a bridge and jumped off, taking his own life on Father's Day during Men's Mental Health Month. And some of those exact same men who have been going on and on and on since June 1st about how no one cares about men's mental health, especially women, are now ridiculing a man for suffering from poor mental health and ending his life as a result. Some of those same exact men are now sitting in comment sections of videos talking about that man, or sitting in the comment sections of videos of that man actually standing on the bridge before he jumped, saying things like, oh, that's why I was caught in traffic. Oh, this is what I was stuck in traffic for. Oh, he's so selfish. Oh, he's so cowardly. Oh, he's a PUSSY. And while I am fortunate enough to understand that it's not all men, because I'm fortunate enough to be married to a man who I've been able to witness actually genuinely care about the mental health of the men in his life. You know, I've got to witness my husband work a 12-hour shift at work, get in bed. You know, he's only got a few hours until he's got to be back at work at 4 o'clock the next morning. And I've witnessed him get out of bed in the middle of the night, get in his truck, and drive an hour plus out of his way just to go and sit with a friend who was having a hard time. I've gotten to witness my husband be willing to get up at any hour of the day or night and go talk a friend down if they're having a mental health episode. I've gotten to listen to some of the heartfelt conversations that he's had with men in his life. Guess what? In turn, my husband has a plethora of people in his life who care about him and love him and care about not only him, but his mental health. See, but y'all like to do things like get on this app for weeks and weeks and weeks, bragging about how your homeboys can't even call you and tell you goodnight without you cursing them out and calling them gay. You know, but you see, my husband and the men that he's related to, the men that he is friends with, they genuinely love and care for one another, and they let it be known. You know, they crack their jokes and they pick back and forth just like any other man in the world. I mean, guys will be guys. But at the end of the day, they don't view caring about one another and checking on one another and, you know, genuinely showing love and concern for one another, they don't view that to be a weakness. But a lot of you do, because some of you men are the only people on the planet who could one day complain about how nobody cares about men's mental health, just to the very next day not be capable of showing a shred of empathy for a man who took his own life on Father's Day during Men's Mental Health Month. Y'all are the only ones. I mean, some of you have genuinely lost your humanity. And to be completely honest, you cannot sit around treating something as though it's unimportant and insignificant and not worth being cared about and not worth being taken care of, and then get upset when all the people around you follow suit. You yourself cannot act as though your own mental health doesn't matter, or as though men's mental health in general doesn't matter, and then be upset when the people around you start to believe that, hey, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe how he feels actually doesn't matter, because every time we try to talk to him about it, he tells us to fuck off. You can't have a lack of empathy for other men and then expect people to be able to empathize with you as a man. Lead by example. I mean, You expect people to not treat you the exact same way you treat your fellow man? A lot of you set the standard for how you were treated. Because while some of you are going on and on and on about how nobody cares about men's mental health, especially women, 9 times out of 10, it's usually the women in a lot of your lives who are the only ones who have the balls to tell you that maybe you need to go talk to a therapist. Maybe you need a psychologist. Maybe you need some medication. Hell, maybe you just need to go join an all-male support group. Hell, just go and join a male-centered hobby, make male friends, and just be nice to one another. But what do y'all say? Oh no, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Ain't no doctor gonna tell me how I feel. I ain't taking no crazy pills. Oh no, I ain't gonna talk to nobody about my feelings. But then when people eventually give up on trying to get you to talk about your feelings, now it's nobody cares. I say this time and time again over a plethora of different situations involving men and women. But other people cannot care about you more than you do. It's just that simple.
Now, I hear where she's coming from, but in all honesty, I think you're being a little biased on your take because is that possible that there are some men out there that are acting like that about that situation? Because this is my first time hearing about it. Yes, that can absolutely be true. But you also said that a lot of y'all, and that's where you fucked up at. See, this is one of the things that that one brother that I reacted to, which I'm about to share a video of him talking about mental health. Men's mental health is what he was talking about. You can't make a blanket statement like this and just automatically say, oh, most of y'all are really like this, when in reality, that's not the case. We can acknowledge that there are men out there that probably did respond in that manner the way you did, but to sit over here and say that that's the majority, nah, or say that that's even a lot of us, nah, that's cap. That's your opinion. That's not a fact. And as a matter of fact, I would actually beg to differ because if you go on TikTok right now and type in men's mental health, it's actually more men that are telling other men to open up to one another, talk to each other about their issues and their problems. You're gonna see more of that than you see anything else. And I would also make the argument that you're gonna see more women shitting on men's mental health than anything else. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a woman that was saying she didn't give a damn about men's mental health, and she got so much pushback that she ended up taking all of her social media down. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of it down. Yeah, so you tell me who really don't care. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
Peace to all the men watching. Let me start like this, because we don't talk about men's mental health enough. I mean, not in the barbershop, not at the kitchen table, not in church, not in the hood, and definitely not with each other. But let me say this loud and clear for you. Men's mental health is not weakness. It's not soft, and it's not a side mission. It's survival. It's structure. It's strength. So let me tell you what happened in my own house, just to be transparent. One day I heard my woman tell our son, "Stop crying. Boys don't cry." And I stopped her immediately, not with anger, but with presence. I said, "Don't ever tell him that again." I grew up hearing that. And when you teach a boy to silence his pain, you teaching him to bury it until it becomes anger, addiction, or distance. What we like to call the strong, silent types is just unprocessed pain in a fitted cap. And yeah, I get it. Men ain't supposed to be emotional wrecks, but we're not robots either. See, let me break something down for y'all. Suppressing your emotion is not control. It's avoidance. And avoidance becomes destruction. And when a man doesn't know how to process, he lashes out at his woman. He ghosts his kids emotionally. He drowns in liquor or weed. He dies silently while everybody thinks he's fine. That ain't handling it like a man. That's losing your mind while wearing a mask. And some of you right now might be asking, what does mental health actually look like for a man? Well, it ain't therapy speaking trauma dumps on social media. It's this. You feel something, don't ignore it. Address it. If you need space, take it. But don't shut people out forever. You need help, ask. Don't die with pride and silence. If you hurting, I'm gonna need you to own it. Then plan your comeback. And most importantly, don't wait for a breakdown to start building discipline. And I know there are some women that are listening right now. Respect the work that it takes to be a stable man. You can't say you want a man who opens up. But when he does, can you hold space? Or do you use it against them later? Because men are already taught to stay quiet. So when we speak, that's sacred. Don't kill that trust. And to the men, I'm gonna need y'all to start checking your circle and checking yourself. Every man needs one real friend he can vent to without being judged. A daily routine that guards his peace. A place to be honest without ego. A reason to keep going when everything feels heavy. And if you don't have any of those things, you can build them, find them, or demand them. Mental health isn't just I'm okay. It's I know what to do when I'm not okay. My sons will cry and still walk like kings. You see, I'm raising sons who will cry, feel, speak up, and still command respect. Because when they become men, they won't need to perform strength. They'll already be strong. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And they'll know this. Pain is real, but it doesn't get to run your life. Emotion is a part of you, but it doesn't control you. You are not your struggle, you're the strategy. You can rule your mind or you can be ruled by it. You either master your emotions or your emotions, they're going to master you. Plain and simple. You can lead your thoughts or your thoughts are going to lead you off a cliff. You can create order or you can live in silent chaos. This ain't therapy talk. This is real life. Men's mental health is about clarity, control, and peace. Because a man that governs his own mind, he doesn't just survive, he builds legacy. And that's the real flex. So thank you, stay solid, stay sharp, and stay alive, brothers. Stay alive.
And I want to apologize in advance for this lighting. I don't know, maybe it's because of the room, but I do have my ring light on in front of me, guys. So I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, you need to get a ring light." I'm like, dude, I've had this ring light for like about a year or so now. So that's not the issue. I don't know. I think it's just the lighting in here. But anyway, please, brothers, don't be afraid to talk to one another about your problems. All right, okay. I'm like, this is coming from a brother that's been down that road. I'm like, but I'm thankful and grateful that I have a circle around me that I can always reach out to. As a matter of fact, after I'm done with them, after I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to them now, since it'll be a little bit easier now that I'm in Colombia, because we're basically in the same time zone. Because I've been spending most of my time in Thailand, so that 12 to 13 hour difference really be kicking my ass as far as keeping in touch with people back home. But please let me know what you guys thought about this, all right? If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.